So we're rolling. I did a little bit of work on this, and like the Tony Beats way, you do as little as you can. So I drilled a hole up here, and I drilled a hole down here, and I threaded in 2 hooks. Just 2 simple hooks. And then on the back, I put, let's see if we see, just 2 screws here. And the 2 screws are to take this piece of MDF as a brace, and I screwed in 3 bits here, and I have 2 holes for the screws, and I kind of put this in, sit it on the screws, and pull it down, and now it's a brace there, and I can take it on and off, and hopefully the 2 hangers will sit on the 2 hooks. So I'm going to turn this over now and bring it over and see if it fits. So we might lose visual for a little, but I'll be back. I'm just moving stuff out of the way. The heater will have to move. I wouldn't leave the heater under that. You could fit it in, but it'd be really bad use of the heat. You know, the benefit of the convection current in the room would be lost. The convection current is the heat rising. So if I put the desk over it, the heat wouldn't have a chance to rise, and then wouldn't circulate around the room. There's a kind of a vortex moves with the heat as it rises, and it'll make a little wind throughout the room, and the room will be heated from the one point by the rising air. So I'll move the heater out of the way for a minute, and I suppose the first thing to do is to position the 2 hooks. I'll take off the brace and see how it sits. I'll try and position the 2 hangers on the radiator, and hopefully my chair will fit in underneath. If I could fit my legs under it, it'd be great. It's nice to be able to have a desk you can sit your legs under. Often you can't, you're up against something solid, but if I can get my legs under a desk, it'd be lovely. So I'm just going to take them, both these hooks, I'm going to do them both the same way. So I have them both oriented the same way. So I load it on from either the left or the right. And I'm going to aim to go on the left hook on the right side of it. There's 2 sides. So on the left hook to be the left and the right. And I'm going to try and hang this on the right hand side of that. And on the right side one, I'm going to try and hang it on the left. And I'll just get these locations. Just a rough feel, you know. Is it possible? Is it any way good? So that's the left hook on. And somewhat the right hook on. They're not ideal, but you know, there's a little clip on the end. So they're fitting now, so I'm going to take them off. And before I let it hang, I'm going to put the brace on. So I'm going to put the brace on now. And I don't know where the brace will fit in relation to the vanes of the radiator. We'll have to see that. I might have to move the little hanger so that the brace fits on a vertical rather than a gap. Or it might be good in a gap. I don't know. I won't see till I put it in. So that's in on the screw hole. So now I'm going to bring it somewhat vertical, and I'm going to make sure I don't lose that. So what's my best way? turn it around this way. See, it falls off very easy when it's vertical, but when it's horizontal, it's very solid. So I'm just orienting it for the best way. So I need to kind of lift this so I'm easier to go from the other side. If I rotate this onto its right side, because of the way the screw hole is, the vertical and the horizontal, if I load it from the right side, I'll be much better, because I'll be forcing it into the bracket rather than away from it. So now when I hang the bracket hangs naturally, so I can manipulate it without it falling off. And as I say, I might have to adjust it for the verticals. But I can lift it, and I can rotate it in, and I'm still held on the little pressure. And I'm going in for the other one, and I should be able to just go straight onto it. Little maneuver. Now, I'm not sure where that's hanging at the back. So, I'm not on let me get a vertical. I'm on a vertical there. I'm not bad for a first try. I have a good shelf. I have a big desk. Now I have a couple of chairs, but I'm going to try my favourite chair. Because it'd be nice to be able to sit down and even write something and take it away very quickly, like. And it's a good size there, I could fit a lot in it. So I'll just see if this chair fits underneath. I can fit under that with my knees, you know. I can work on that, and that's solid enough for me. I might have to do a bit with the hangers, but I think they're solid. I could write on that, I wouldn't so much put a computer on it, but even just to lay things out, you know. It's very good. So I'll give you a look now how it sits. We've a slight height difference. Oh, it's gone off the end. That's what the problem is. So I need to move it a bit to the right, actually. I might have lost the hanger there, but we'll see. The top of the hanger bent over, but we'll see if they recover. It'd be nice if they did. It'd be nice if you could manipulate them a bit and maybe make a hook out of it. So I'll try that now. I'll try make it more a hook and clasp it around. So I've done that. So it's much more solid, and I'll do the same to the right. I'll bring it up and I'll connect it in, and now we have more of a hook than a shelf. And I'll check underneath again. I have enough play underneath that I can position this left or right a bit from the screw, and now it's fully braced on a vertical, and that's very solid. I could write happily on that. So let me get the camera and have a look. And my chair fits under it, so I have a little desk there and somewhere to lay things out. So here's the final. Here on the hanger there, and I hooked up the hook a little bit to make it more a hook than a shelf. And the same over here, more of a hook than a shelf. Two of them are good. I just put them through to the distance where they were just poking out the far side, so they're the most thread. And then underneath I have the brace, and that can slip on and off, and I can have it in and out in no time. That'll work lovely, and my legs fit underneath it with the chair, so I can sit there happily and doodle away or whatever. That's just a bit of wobbling. And that's what I'm not going to bother so much with the shelves. I like the funny shaped ones, and I like the small metal one. But I think I'll leave it for the minute. I have a big enough desk there. I can do other things, you know. And I enjoyed that. That was good to do. It's lovely to do things like that, to set a goal and achieve it. And I'll sit happily there now. I'll sit happily there and maybe write a thing or two. I got this calligraphy set in Lidl. And I have my art box over there, so even just to draw a little or whatever, or, you know, just write fuck off in calligraphy, like, you know, would be nice. So I have my desk now, my good sized desk that I can take on and off at both ends with a brace underneath, I can take on and off very easily. So I can store this in over behind with my other bits, with my Lego platform and my other bits.